Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah,
Hey, happy hump day, everybody. Welcome back to the Jason Show. You know me, I'm Kendall Mark. Jason will be joining us very shortly. We are having a very 2021 moment and technology is not cooperating, but we will get to him. I can see him. I know he's going to join us in a little bit, and he looks good, and his house looks real nice, too. You guys, we talked about this a lot on the show yesterday. It was my birthday, my 32nd birthday. We had a great night planned. Ted and I went and did a little adventure together. That will be on a later shoot. You can check out my Instagram. We went go-kart racing on ice. Who won? I'll just laugh. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm very good at driving a go-kart. So we did that, and then my husband and I, we went and stopped in St. Paul. We went out to Moscow on the Hill. I don't know if any of you have ever been there, but it's my favorite little Russian bar. And then we went out to dinner with what was supposed to be my family to the new Creekside Supper Club. It was delicious. We had so much fun, but there were a couple of issues, a couple of hiccups. My mom and dad couldn't come pretty last minute, and neither could my youngest sister, so it was just this giant table for 7, and there were only 4 of us there. Then I got something from my husband. Ted, can you please show the people what my husband gave me for my birthday? Take a look. Take a peek at your screen. There's Jordan. There's the supper club. Look at the card. Hey, I'd like you to notice that it's a bill envelope that you stuff bills into, not an actual card. But number 2, the spelling. Now, you all have known me for what, about 3 years now, maybe longer. You know how my name is spelled Kendall. My own husband spelled my name wrong on my jacked up, not even a real birthday card. And he sat there and gave me a thumbs up when I pointed it out. I said, "What's this from?" He was like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Is this from someone like at your office?" He's like, "No, it's from me." I said, "You spelled my name wrong, you moron." We've known each other for 7 years, going on 8 this summer. Happy birthday. So I open it, and we don't have a picture of this, but inside it's just like a printed off photo of us, and it's like, "Happy birthday, I love you, I hope 2022, I'm like, what year is it? 2022 is great, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, oh, so it's not like a gift card or something? Might have just run out of time, that's cool. Jordan not only spelled my name incorrectly, and I love you, honey, I really do, I genuinely do, he's a great man, but he also did not get me a birthday present or flowers, because he ran out of time. To which I say, January 18th is always January 18th. It's on the day after the 17th. It's 18 days after the 1st. What else do you want me to tell you? This is not new. This is old. I will always have a birthday on January 18th. This isn't like Thanksgiving. It doesn't rotate, okay? This is my birthday. So, thank God for that, because at least we had something to tell you that was funny today. I took one for the team. Jordan, if you are watching, which he's not, but anybody who's related to Jordan who's watching, because I know all of you are, hello, Illinois, please let him know that he owes me. All right, we are going to get started with a little bit of hot dish. Roll it on up, Leo. All right, we don't like to do this. You know this, but you might have heard about it. And we have some sad news for a friend of our show. You've seen him many times on many aspects, and even right here on our yellow couches. Louis Anderson is undergoing treatment for cancer. We love him. The longtime comedian and Minnesota native has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and is resting comfortably at the hospital. Now, you might know this, but Louis won an Emmy in 2016 for his role in Baskets and still does stand-up. His publicist says the cancer is aggressive, but treatable, which is good news. Louis has been a guest on our show many, many times over the years, like I said, on these yellow couches themselves. I know Jason absolutely loves Louis. He loves having him on. He's said many times he's one of his favorite people that he's had on the show before. We don't know a lot more than what we just told you with the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. We hope he's doing well. Louis, if for any reason you're watching us this morning, hi, we love you, we're sending you all of our best. Honestly, he comes in and he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. He's one of those people that is exactly who you want him to be when you meet him in person, not just like, oh, well, he just puts it on for the camera. No, not at all. He's a really great guy. So sending him all of our love. I know I speak for all of us here at the Jason Show and at Fox 9 when I say we wish you the best and we hope that you get the rest that you need and that everything goes well. And hey, kick some cancer butt, you know? All right, next in the dish, we'll start the bidding at $9 million, please. Not for me or my birthday. No. Gayle King's contract is up at CBS in just a couple of months, and the bidding war, girl, is about to begin. Cha-ching! Now, this is according to Page 6. All the major networks are getting their ducks in a row to go after CBS's prized morning anchor, that there Gayle King. Insiders say she may want to give up the early shift and head to the West Coast. That's, I guess, where her kids live. You know, Oprah lives there. She visits often. She's always on Oprah's stories. She could also be in the running to replace Rachel Maddow on MSNBC. It's kind of a different one. Or could even team up with Hoda on the 4th hour of Today. She has been at CBS for 10 years. If she left CBS, I don't need to tell you this, it would likely tank their morning show ratings. This is not just an opinion. This is probably the truth. Everybody loves Gayle. She's an access and in with Oprah, obviously. They're best friends. We all know that. But also people just really connect with her. She's one of those people who's obviously short as a tack. She's really social. She's really good with keeping up with the young kids and keeping up with what's going on in the political climate, what's fun, what's happening, what's hot. People really like her. I don't know what they would do on that morning show without her. She is the center of the table. They all surround her. The earth kind of moves around Gayle King. You know what I mean? So we'll see. $9 million. Oh my God. I just want a birthday card. You know, I mean, I don't know. So we'll see. We'll stay tuned. We know Jason loves Gayle. I'm sure he has many thoughts on that. We'll hear from him in a little bit as soon as we can figure all that out. Okay. Next in the dish. Everyone is talking about Bruno. If you're like me, you're like Bruno Mars? No. And the new Disney animated movie Encanto, now is it starting to ring a bell? One of the songs from the movie, We Don't Talk About Bruno, is now number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Listen.
Bruno. Yeah, about that Bruno. I really need to know about Bruno. Give me the truth and the whole truth, Bruno. He's a better boyfriend here. Time for dinner. He was our wedding day. So close, so loud in the sky. He told me that my power was grown like a baby. You're telling this story all mine. I'm sorry, maybe that the world.
Ooh, it's catchy. It is now the highest charted Disney animated song in 26 years. If you're like, what about Let It Go? Nope, higher than that from Frozen. And it's among an elite group of Disney songs like A Whole New World. And then, Can You Feel?
Should I get out of it and go back in?
Hi! This was like God talking to me. I think that's how much nobody liked my singing. And Colors of the Wind was another one. Just scared the junk out of me. You guys, we like to pull back the curtain. I'm going to pull it back just a little bit. Obviously, we're having some issues with Jason being able to hear us. We can't communicate with him. We could see him. Meanwhile, while I was just rambling, spitfiring to all of you, Shane Wells just scooped in, put a microphone on. So she's going to help me out in this second block. Maybe Jason will be back. We don't know. But either way, we'll have a show for you. We've got a lot more to come, plus a couple of interviews you're going to want to hear. One of them from a 22-year-old who looks like she's 8. How did this happen? What's going on? What's the show all about? We've got that coming up right after this. Still to come, she's the 22-year-old woman who still looks like a child.
I'm a woman, a 22-year-old woman.
I'm chatting live with the star of the new reality show, I Am Shauna Rae. Plus, he's voiced countless animated characters.
Hi, my name is Henry Wadsworth.
From the Animaniacs to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we're talking live to actor Rob Paulsen about Animaniacs Live.
Farewell to all you pretty ladies waving from the dock.
And Come From Away. The Broadway hit is touring the country. Hear from one of the stars about the challenges and triumphs of doing the show during the pandemic.
Parents often worry about their children going into show business or any sort of unlikely profession, you might say. Did your mother worry about you?
No, quite the opposite. No, my mother was, it was embarrassing, actually. No, what happened, I remember once when I did my first job was a TV show. I did a TV play. And it was, a lot of people saw it and what have you. And my mum decided to get a petition together with the neighbors to get me on television more often.
Wait, what town in Scotland are we talking?
This is in Dundee, my hometown.
So in Dundee, she's going around the neighborhood with a clipboard.
She went around and she said, listen, I've just gone next door to the neighbor and they would like to see you more on the television. So she's putting her name down. Is that okay? And I said, Ma, you can't do that. It doesn't work that way. I mean, I'm just employed by an individual who happens to be working for the BBC and that's how I work there. But she said, no, I think we can make some movement for you.
Oh, the great Brian Cox. From Succession, or in my case, from the movie Troy. Legendary Brad Pitt, hello. On with Colbert last night. Next in the dish, one of the more unusual. Hey, Shane. Hey. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, everyone.
It's like, hi, come hang out with me. Anyway, one of the more unusual casting decisions in modern history. We're learning who will play Weird Al Yankovic in his upcoming biopic. Harry Potter. Huh? Daniel Radcliffe has signed on to the project. The project is a Roku original and will be produced by the folks at Funny or Die and Tango. According to those behind the project, the film will hold nothing back and explore every facet of his life and the meteoric rise to his early hits like Eat It and Like a Surgeon. It will stream exclusively on Roku channel. Okay, Shane, I saw this on Instagram, I think yesterday, and I was like, what? But then I was like, I can see it. Can you see it?
When they put them side by side, I can see it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I see Harry Potter, this British, and then the like kooky English comic. I don't really see how it's going to work. But I also know nothing about Weird Al's life.
That's the thing.
And clearly there's a story to tell.
I was not, I remember this kid in my class, his name was Jeff, and he was so into Weird Al Yankovic, and he knew all of his funny songs and all of his hot takes on everything. And I was always like, I don't get it.
It's funny, but you're not playing it on repeat like it's actually a Madonna song.
Right.
It's obviously worked for him.
By the way, this morning, it was great. We talked about this in the morning news, and Alex Kendall read something in Wisconsin, Minnesota, where we are mine. She said, like a sturgeon. And when she got off the air, and we were all just roaring laughing, because that also would make sense, like
that
a Weird Al song.
Jam.
Like a sturgeon. He probably should have gone with that. So good. All right, we'll get more hot dish soon. First, though, this could be one of the most talked about new reality shows of the year. I Am Shauna Rae follows the life of a young woman a little different from other people her age.
If you were to look at me, you would think I'm just a normal little girl doing normal little girl things with my fun, crazy family. I have no clue what lane you're in.
Because you're supposed to sit up.
I am sitting up. I still can't see over the dashboard. But the truth is, I'm not a little girl. I'm a woman. A 22-year-old woman. Stuck in the body of an 8-year-old.
Girl, being 22 is hard enough. That's Shauna Rae, star of the new TLC show, I Am Shauna Rae. And joining us live right now, Miss Shauna Rae herself, along with her mom, Patty. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Shauna Rae, I want to start with you. So it's hard enough, like I just said, being a 22-year-old, but having to navigate that in a body of an 8-year-old. Tell me a little bit more about your story. How did this happen?
Well, I was diagnosed with brain cancer at 6 months, and I went into immediate surgery, and I did chemotherapy for a couple years after. They didn't know what was going to go wrong, because when you mess with the brain, you don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
And they noticed in kindergarten that I was significantly shorter. So I went on and off growth hormones from then until 16. And at 16, my puberty started, my bones had fused. So I was permanently stuck at the height I am at now.
Wow. I want to ask you, Mom, Patty, anytime your children, your child has cancer. I mean, that's terrifying in and of itself. When they talk to you and they said, hey, there's a chance that something else could happen down the line because of this, what was your immediate reaction?
My immediate reaction to my child having cancer was just, you know, oh my gosh,
right,
what's going to happen? So it was just layers and layers of questions that nobody really could answer. And that was the frightening part. We just had to have faith that everything was going to work out. And Shauna was strong enough to take on the challenge. And so we just rode the wave with her.
Yeah, I mean, strong enough for sure. There was a little something that we saw. You've been having headaches again. I want to get to the fun stuff, of course, about the show, but I want to ask, is everything going okay with you? I know that, Mom, you were a little concerned when Shauna started having these headaches again.
Yeah, we don't know the clear picture now, but from what we understand, there is residual dead tissue in my head still, and that reacts to weather, that reacts to certain foods, similar to arthritis. So that's mostly what's been going on, but of course with my previous condition, we always have to constantly keep checking.
Right. Okay. Like I said,
Very diligent. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
We're just very diligent about taking care of Shauna and any of the concerns that, you know, she has for herself. So we just have to be on high alert at all times with her.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that it's not that returning for you too. Okay. I said I wanted to get to a little bit of the fun stuff too. I gotta ask, Shauna, when you're like, hey, and you sit down at the bar and you give someone your ID, I mean, how annoying has this gotten at this point? Are you like, what's like the craziest thing that's happened? Just from dating to trying to get a drink to like getting a gym membership?
I think the craziest thing that's happened within my life is just kind of being told no over and over again. And the way these people react, they exaggerate. It's always like a head swerve, or like there's hands, there's some physical reaction to it. And I think that's probably the craziest I've seen. I mean, I've also had some really bad interactions,
right,
and people just calling myself or my mother a liar, and I think that's an extreme. But at the same time, I'm so used to all of these reactions that none of it even phases me at this point.
Yeah, how did this all come about? Did TLC reach out to you guys? Was it like, hey, we've heard your story, we think this could make an interesting and inspiring show for folks?
No, we actually kind of found TLC. I started acting lessons, and my acting classes decided that I needed a manager, and my manager came up with this idea to spread the word about who I am and my disability, and hopefully reaching out to other people with similar disabilities or just similar struggles. And we found a really good production company called Figure 8 Films, and they are the one that kind of reached out to TLC, and we've been working with TLC and this production company ever since.
That's amazing. Well, I think your story is a story that the world deserves to hear about and know more about. You are a pretty inspiring woman, Shauna, and same with you, Patty. Mama Bear in there for the whole thing too. We really appreciate you guys both joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. I Am Shauna Rae airs Tuesday nights on TLC. Show her some support. Check it out. All right, next in the dish, Neve Campbell stars in the new movie Scream. Heard of it before? Yeah. James Corden asked her if she had any reservations about doing another one.
Now let's talk about Scream,
the
5th movie in the series. When you heard that they were making a 5th film, what happened? Is this something you say yes to straight away? Did you have any reticence towards it?
I did. I was apprehensive because we lost Wes Craven. And Wes was, you know, our director, was the reason these movies are as successful as they are and as the franchise is as long as it's been. And I wasn't sure if anyone would be able to do as well, but Tyler and Matt, the new directors, wrote me a letter prior to me deciding to make the film and just said that they had become directors because of Wes Craven. They had made their brilliant movie Ready or Not because of Scream, and they really wanted to do right by him and really honor him. And that felt good.
Yeah.
You know, and then the script was great, and I thought these are fun movies to make, and let's go do it. And
I'm so pleased you
here we
did.
are. Yeah, me too.
It's a moment with the Scream.
Scream, by the way, the new top movie at the box office. That means it has upset Spider-Man. It is doing more than Spider-Man. That's pretty nuts. Okay, fingers crossed, everybody. Jason Matheson, is that you?
That is me. Can you hear me?
Praise Jesus, he is here. Hi, Jason, we missed you.
I miss just you. First, let me say happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
And my gift to you is gratitude for not only filling in for my normal 2-week vacation, but then, you know, I got back and I took a little test and I'm pregnant with twins.
Oh, hallelujah.
No, but
Milo and Meredith Matt.
But I took a little test and I took a little test and that's why I'm at home. That's why I didn't come back Monday or Tuesday. People thought I got the funniest reactions. This one guy sent me a message. He goes, who the hell do you think you are? Johnny Carson? Taking a month off. I'm like, no, that's not what we're doing here. I would be back normally. But thank you. I appreciate you filling in, and Tom and everyone else that filled in, and Shane. Who else filled in, Kendall? Did we get?
We had Pierre,
Colonel
we had
Sanders?
Hobie.
Pierre? I love Pierre so much. So,
I'm pretty sure
and Jeff
Barney.
and Ted and
Yeah, I think Barney showed up at one point, the big purple dinosaur. He came and sat down for a minute and was like, hey, girl, hot takes.
I know. You did such a good job. There was another guy that sent me a message. I'm laying on the beach and he goes, you know what's funny? The Jason show's better without Jason.
How rude! Don't you clap at that.
I didn't care. I had my sparkly cup. I was drinking on the beach. I didn't care. But anyway.
No worries.
So thank you. I just want to say thank you. And sorry for the technical difficulties at the beginning of the show. But we are here at my house. I'll be here for the rest of the week. But do you even want me to comment on Scream, or should we just go to the next door?
We'll just move on. Jeff said next. Next to the dish, Lifetime.
I heard him.
You heard him. Lifetime and A&E are gearing up for their 2-part Janet Jackson documentary, and they released another trailer ahead of the premiere next week. Check it out.
There's a great deal of scrutiny that comes with having that last name.
We're trying to follow up a big album.
No, I'm sick of this. I don't need this. I'm going home.
Renee, pull that up.
Do you want me to cut it? Did the allegations affect you career-wise?
Yeah. Guilty by association. Guess that's what they call it, right? They build you up, and then once you get there, they're so quick to tear you down.
Justin and his team have been trying to contact us about you doing the Super Bowl.
Ooh, sugar, that would be that Super Bowl right here in Minneapolis. The 2-part doc hits Lifetime next Friday. Jason Matheson, I know you have a lot of thoughts on this. I do think we need to check in with Jace and make sure he doesn't have like a heart attack after this airs.
Yeah, for people who don't know, Jace is one of our, he's family. He's one of our uber fans of the show. And he also, more importantly, is the biggest Janet Jackson fan ever. Anyway, we do need to check on him. This looks great. And as that clip showed, this confirms Justin wanted Janet at our Super Bowl. And I don't blame her. Why would you say yes? Why would you go back to the organization and the mechanics that single-handedly derailed your career? No. Thanks, but no thanks.
No, thank you. Next. Hey, we've got a lot more hot dish. We got more things to talk about. I think we'll still have Jason when we come back after the break, but you're going to have to find out. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. We've got more stuff. Maybe Shane will be here.
I don't quite know what's going on here, but he's got all this mess. So let's bring in the mucusy kind of stuff. And I like the fact that he maybe doesn't speak like we're all used to.
Hello, my name is Kyle,
and I'm a human chia pet. Most people would love to have hair like mine. It is mine. It is authentic. And if you dig very deeply, you can find Jimmy Hoffa. Theo, have you fed the dog? Shut up! Theo, would you feed the dog? No, I'm going to eat the dog! What are you looking at? Yeah, my eyes are green and my teeth are green and my gums are white and my bangs are orange. Get used to it. Would you put your tongue in my mouth?
That is so cool. That's our next guest doing some improv for Vanity Fair a couple of years ago. Now, by now, you can probably tell he's a voice actor known for roles in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Animaniacs, and Jimmy Neutron. I love Animaniacs. And he's coming to town next month as part of the Animaniacs in concert. Please welcome to the show, Rob Paulsen. Hello.
Hello, Campbell. How you doing? Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful smile. Thank you very much for lowering your entertainment standards for the next few minutes. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. This is, okay. Hi, I'm Kendall. Nice to meet you. I've heard your voice on so many levels in so many different parts of my life. How do you even become a voice actor? I mean, that's not like something that just pops up on Google.
Well, once I got out of once I found out that, I moved to LA a million years ago, ostensibly to do live action. I was a singer first who became an actor, and that's what I was doing, episodic television and movies and a lot of commercials. But I lived that glorious axiom that luck is when opportunity meets preparation. So I happened to be in a position where my agent said, "You ever thought of doing animation?" I said, "Of course," but in those days, literally a handful of actors covered all of it. I just wanted to work.
Right.
But I jumped at the opportunity, and the first shows I did were Transformers and G.I. Joe, the original shows. Cool. I think those were produced just after The Last Supper, as I recall. And it took me about 30 seconds, Kendall, to say, oh my God, this is the gig. And now all the years later, I think I was right. It's turned out to be a very good move. And honestly, this is the God's honest truth. All I have to do is start talking like this. And Kendall gets all flipped out because she says, "Oh, it's Carl Weezer. I can't believe it." Lucky am I. It's like a superpower.
It is. It's so cool. I mean, how, after all these years, too, that you've been doing it, how do you continue to just come up with these new and inventive and exciting voices while still maintaining the integrity of voices people that know you for?
What an excellent question. You should do this for a living.
Oh, thank you.
Quite excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll let my bosses know.
Well, please do. Thank you for that kind remark. I think it's like anything else. I've been doing these characters, the ones that you know, for a long time. But in the interim, I'm always working on new stuff. And you use the word integrity. That's true. In fact, Animaniacs is back on Hulu, and we're going to, we do Animaniacs in concert and all that stuff. Oh, there's a Quake. How much more can we take? I think that it is the integrity of the characters that Mr. Spielberg had in mind when he said we should do this again, but it's not about hiring movie stars to be Yakko, Wacko, and Dot, or Pinky in the Brain. I happen to be Pinky as well. I have my Pinky in the Brain hat on
Shut
today.
up, you're Pinky in the Brain too? Oh,
yes,
sorry,
I'm only the stupid half. I'm only the Pinky half.
Okay, sorry, keep going.
Oh, good, thank you. But that's what it's about. It's about the integrity of the characters. It's not about having a movie star do the character voice. And I get it because it's whomever they decide to pay the money to. But in the case of a show that has become arguably iconic, it's more about this. And the fact that I can do this and Sweet Kendall gets all excited tells me everything we need to know about the authenticity and the integrity of the characters. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, I did a little, my past life, I tried to do some of these types of things just very locally too. And like you said, there's so few people that actually are in that realm. It's really hard to get into, and once you're there, you want to keep it. You've been more than 2,000 projects. Is that what I'm reading? You've done more than 2,000 shows?
I think I've done something like 25, getting on 2,500 half hours. It's a lot.
Oh my, what's okay, is there a
selling
favorite?
Amway. I've never done that either, but it probably is better than that, so it's pretty cool.
Probably. What, do you have a favorite of, I mean, especially, okay, I know this is a little like, oh gosh, with that many. Do you have a favorite voice or a favorite character that you've ever done that you're like, this one is special?
my pat answer is the next one because it means I'm working. The hustle never stops. I mean, you're young and you're in this business, but you pray for a gig that lasts a long, long time. And if it lasts 5 years, that's a long time. Ninja Turtles lasted 9 years the first go around.
Right.
So it's all about sort of enjoying the hustle. But if I had to pick one to do for the rest of my life, it'd be a toss-up between Yakko and Pinky, because I'm a singer first, and Yakko's gotten to sing so many glorious songs, including the sort of well-known United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, and all the countries. And we do Animaniacs in concert, which lends itself precisely to the thing that makes Yakko so important to me. We do all this incredible music that we're going to be doing on the 22nd at the Fitzgerald Theater. And I am so looking forward to that because I have a lot of friends and acquaintances up there in the Twin Cities, and we picked a nice, balmy time of the year to come visit.
Oh, it's so nice. Here, you're going to love it. It's like -22 today. You'll feel great. Great. It's
Well,
really good for you.
I grew up in Michigan, so I totally get it, but I've been in LA forever, so my blood is thinned out. But
It does
yeah,
that.
the music for Animaniacs is pretty special.
And I know we have to go. We've got about 20 seconds left. I just wanted to ask, for people who want to go see Animaniacs in concert, you kind of mentioned it. The music is there. You are there. What can they expect?
They can expect 2 hours of glorious Animaniacs music with yours truly as Yakko and Pinky and Carl and Raphael and Donatello and other critters banging around. Also, Muffin the Brain, Maurice LaMarche will be there. So we have proprietary brand new Pinky and the Brain stuff just for the live show. Pinky and the Brain will be in the Fitzgerald Theater, as will our friend and composer Randy Rogel, who wrote all that stuff. So please come on February 22nd to the Fitzgerald Theater in St. Paul, and we will have a blast. You can go to animaniacslive.com for tickets or to the Fitzgerald Theater box office.
Well, that's all I have left to read. So that's great. Rob, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having fun with me. Appreciate it. Like you said, the Fitzgerald Theater in St. Paul. For tickets, go to first-avenue.com. We'll be right back. That was so cool. I'm so happy I got to do that. That was awesome. Welcome back, everyone, to the Jason Show with, there he is, Jason Matheson. You're like the Wizard of Oz. He's here. He's here.
I feel it.
You feel like the Wizard of Oz? Yeah.
I do. Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Well, hey, I know we're going to talk about your vacation, but I wanted to mention that interview. One, I know that you love voiceover actors and all of that work, so you were really looking forward to that interview, but I had so much fun doing it, so thanks for that.
Oh, I'm glad you did it. And you're right. I love announcers. I love voice art.
Yes.
I love Animaniacs. When he started doing that voice, I was like, oh, but you did per usual, like I said at the top of the show. Oh, wait, I wasn't in the top of the show. When I said a few minutes ago, you did such a good job all the 2 weeks, and then with that interview at the very last minute. People don't know that. Kendall was prepped for about 15 seconds. You did great, sweetie.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, on to your fun vacation.
There's two things I want to show. Usually, and people roll their eyes, because I'm a creature of habit. It's like, oh, I went to Disney again. So we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about stepping out of your comfort zone. We were in Hawaii for the second half because, again, I take 2 weeks winter, 2 weeks summer. So we went snorkeling.
You went snorkeling?
Thank you. Hanama Bay, we have some video that I shot. Look, Kendall, first of all, audience, come back to the TV. Look how gorgeous this bay is. I'm going to lead with the positive. And that's the beauty of it. Not the terror I was feeling getting ready to go in that bay with aquatic life. But listen to this, because I got emails from folks. Guess what day we decided to go snorkeling, Kendall?
I don't know, a Sunday?
Kendall, we decided to go on the last day when there was a tsunami warning. So I won't say who on the vacation, but there was one point where I'm floating. Oh, I kind of gave it away, but we're out there. My snorkel goggles aren't fitting because of my facial hair, so it's filling with water. And a current came in, and I looked like a Rolo. It pushed me, and I'm flipping and flipping and flipping. And I looked, and I thought, I am done. So I went on the beach and let him snorkel for the rest of the time. Terrifying.
Never doing it again, are you?
Yeah, no.
Shan't be doing that, as you would say.
I did it again. No, I conquered that fear. That's what I want to do this year, and I did it. So we're out of time. I think, Ted, we're going to do it tomorrow, right? There's another thing I'm going to show you that has to do with the fear of heights.
Yes.
So I'll show you that tomorrow.
Sounds good to me, and we will be right back, everybody. Musical based on the true story of a Canadian city that welcomed stranded American travelers on 9/11. Come From Away is playing now at the Orpheum Theater in Minneapolis, and I got a chance to talk to a Minnesota native who stars in the show. Becky, first and foremost, I would be remiss not to mention that things got started, well, from today, last night with opening night, and the cast looked a little different than what was originally planned. What happened?
So Omicron has been coming for us. But we have amazing standbys, and all 6 of the tour standbys were on last night to make it happen, plus one of our New York standbys and vacation swings flew in to help out. So we have the ultimate teamwork running to try to keep this show open.
I think that's just so crazy. And we saw this on Instagram, especially the person that flew in to do the show. You guys hadn't met, but obviously it's a national thing. So you can do the show. The scripting's the same. The choreography's the same, but that's got to be quite the experience for everybody involved.
Oh, it's massive. And the woman who flew in, Holly, we actually did the show together in New York. So I was her one person. She's like, I know you. But this company is so welcoming, and everyone is so ready. And we have another fellow joining us tonight who's one of the original cast members from New York. So it's just an all hands on deck time. The New York company went through this a couple weeks ago over Christmas. It's our turn now, and we're just doing our best to stay safe and try to keep the show running.
And for people who have not heard of the show, I know that a lot of people maybe even seen it on Apple TV Plus. That was a pretty cool experience being able to watch it there. But I think going back to 9/11 and the themes that have gone on that we talked about then, and why the show is so beautiful about the power of community, really relates to now. Wouldn't you agree that your audience can be like, a lot of these themes are continuing on now in 2022?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. This show is all about the kindness that can come out of tragedy and the goodness that is in the face of tragedy when things go wrong. And I had a family friend come see the show last night, and she said, you know, I saw it in New York, and it means so much more coming out of the pandemic, because now we've all lived through a crazy, crazy time. So being able to celebrate community and kindness and just people being good to one another is just, it's so important. And the fact that it's a real story just means that much more.
Tell me a little bit about your character, Beverly. Did you also play that same person on Broadway?
Yes.
In New York?
So I played Beverly Bass and others. We all play multiple roles. There's 12 of us. We all change hats and coats and play all kinds of characters, but we each have 2 main characters. And so one of my main characters is Beverly Bass. She was the first female American Airlines pilot in history, which is super cool. And she just happened to be there on this day and part of this story. So it's a great little story within a story. And I played this same role for year 1 of the tour. We took out the tour 3 years ago, and then I went into the Broadway company for a while, and then Broadway shut down. And so now I happen to be filling in for my dear friend Marika, and it happens to be while we're in Minneapolis. So it is extraordinary to play this part and to bring it home with this show, and the world is cuckoo, but we are hanging in there.
Right. I absolutely love that character. And you just said this, but tell me a little bit more about how there's 12 people, but you all play different roles. And I love how the choreography and the staging all kind of takes part in that in each of the numbers.
Oh, yes, I love it too. I think this show is just, it's so well crafted. So we are all playing different parts all the time. We're handing each other coats and moving chairs for each other. And it is very teamwork based, which lends itself to the story, which is all about working together and taking care of each other. And the set is very minimalistic, but brilliant. It's a lot of chairs and tables. You see the band on stage. There are actually trees in New York. They're trees from Newfoundland. In all the other productions, they are very well crafted trees due to regrowth and mold issues that had happened with the real trees. But it is a lot of great lighting. We have amazing spot ops who help us tell that story while you follow it with the lights, because it really trusts that the audience is smart and will follow and use their imaginations to fill in the blanks. But it's unique and simplistic and yet super intricate. Building the show, putting it together, it's very hard on the brain, but once you know it, it is so fun to do.
Yeah, I've got to imagine it's been really interesting sort of crafting this, because you've been in Legally Blonde on Broadway, but you got your humble roots here in Moorhead, Minnesota. Am I understanding that right? You're from Moorhead?
I'm from Moorhead, yeah.
Do you want to say hi to anyone? Hello.
Hi, Moorhead. Hi, Fargo. Absolutely. Yeah, I did Trillwood Performing Arts School for 3 summers in high school, and I love my spuds, my theater department there, Rebecca Meyer Larson, and the speech team. And I mean, that whole FM area has been so supportive of me since the beginning, and it's such an honor to be from there and to share my love of theater with the world. But that started there.
Right, started right here, moved a lot, went to Broadway, came back home, and now you're presenting this beautiful piece to everyone here in the Twin Cities. If anyone has the opportunity to come and see you, what is one thing you hope that they take away from the show?
I hope that they're inspired to spread the love. I think that this show has inspired me to just be a great human in real life. And if it can do that to others and bring some joy, then we've done our job.
Great. I love that. Thanks, Becky. Follow your dreams, kids. Pretty cool. Pretty cool story. Jason, I know you saw the show in New York City, right?
Yeah, I saw it with the girlfriends who actually, because I thought it would be a good segment, I was gone at the time. Lisa LaCourcier and Jen went to see it here in Minneapolis and thought it was tremendous. It's really one of my favorite shows of the last 10 years. We all need a little pick-me-up. Mm-hmm. This is the show to go see. It really, cliche, but it redeems your faith in people. You know, it really does. It's about kindness, kindness to strangers. It's so good.
We all need a little bit of that. If you are interested, Come From Away is playing through Sunday at the Orpheum. It hits Seattle and Spokane, by the way, in July and August. We'll be right back, everybody. It's the Wizard of Oz, aka Jason Matheson, back from his travels here in Minneapolis. Welcome back. It's time for the world's shortest segment. I hope you didn't blink. Today, happy birthday to our legend that we love. Check it out.
Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life.
Mamita Dolly Parton. She turned 76 years young today. It's been 42 years since Dolly sang this song, oh my word, from the movie 9 to 5. We love you, Dolly. I know, I love you. Jason loves you. America loves Dolly Parton more than they love Ted, right?
Right. And Baby I'm Burning, one of my favorite Dolly songs, thanks to executive producer Jeff, played at a jukebox near you.
Play it at a jukebox after this break. We will be right back. Oh, welcome back, everybody. Jason, I know that at the top of the show you were pretty busy trying to figure things out, so you missed this. But we showed this photo we're going to pull up. This was last night at my birthday. I don't know if you can read that from there, but Jason, Jordan misspelled my name on my homemade bill envelope birthday card. So it's been great. And this is why I slept on the couch last night. I'm just saying. If he's moved out tomorrow, we'll let you know. You'll have to come back to the show to find out. I'm sure Madeline Smithberg, she'll have something to say tomorrow about it. Jason's dying. I quit!